And whatever we have learned through investing in, say, APL Apollo, या Bajaj Finance, Kaveri Seed, at least we try to explain what are the reasons they were able to create that kind of a value. And then, there good thing is a lot of these new promoters are open to suggestions. I mean, we can't enforce them, but at least when we meet, we try to explain कि क्या क्या करना चाहिए आपको businesses को from an outsider perspective also. Insider से see as a promoter individual business चलाने जैसा होता नहीं है. Even from outside, it also needs to at least you need to explain the rationale. Just because you know कि नहीं मैंने बराबर decision लिया है और मैं इसमें इतना पैसा बनेगा doesn't mean it's the right decision. It may be right decision from promoter making money, but from investor look from various perspectives, right? And one of the perspective is return on investment. So आपको अगर लीज पे कोई प्रॉपर्टी मिल रही है तो why should you buy it? आप अगर बाय करने लगोगे प्रॉपर्टीज and then try to lease it, and it becomes a very asset heavy business. बट प्रमोटर कैसे लगता है कि अरे मुझे अगर 20% डिस्काउंट में ये डिस्ट्रेस प्रॉपर्टी मिल रही है, why shouldn't I buy it? But as soon as you start buying it, investors will start questioning, अरे यार ये तो अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी बदल रहा है. So from a promoter perspective, it looks like the best decision. मुझे अगर 20-30 करोड़ में अगर सस्ते में मिल रही है प्रॉपर्टी, why shouldn't I buy it? But then it will have a significant impact on the valuation multiple. Valuation multiple to an asset light business versus asset heavy business is day and night different. So वो सब चीजें धीरे धीरे they get to grasp. और फिर it's our job to try to at least make them understand what are the important things in the business, not just making decisions from yours promoter perspective, but also creating value from a business perspective.
So कितना multiple difference होगा in an asset light and asset heavy business usually? And
yeah, see क्या होता है कि it depends a lot on asset light और asset heavy का सबसे बड़ा problem is generally asset heavy में return on equity becomes less because your capital goes up, right? So if you are going to make 30% return on equity or return on capital, it will drop to say 17-18%. So as soon as your return on equity, return on capital goes down, that means your internal accrual, goes down, and internal accrual is what you invest for growth. Investment से ही growth आती है. Growth cannot happen unless you put up more capacity, and जैसे EFC के केस में you need to add more seats. Only then you will be able to grow. So as soon as you start buying property, you can't expand as many seats because your capital is stuck in that. And जो multiple आपको मिलता है, it depends on the growth that you create in any business, right? So मैंने देखा है कि if you just look at examples of say Tata Steel versus APL Apollo, APL Apollo can today gets a multiple of 40 times or 45 times
their earnings.
Whereas if you see the Tata Steel, which is asset heavy business, because asset heavy में फिर the volatility in profit also goes wild, because आप अगर utilize नहीं कर पाओगे वो asset को, then it will have a huge cost structure and it will reduce the margin exponentially. And if you're able to utilize 100%, you will probably make a lot of profits in that. But as an investor, you need certainty. Certainty is one more thing which gives you valuation, right? With asset light model, you get much more certainty. With asset heavy, becomes less certain कि क्या margin बनाओगे. So hence your multiple also goes down. So I would say that if APL Apollo gets a valuation of 40-45 times, similar business with asset heavy kind of a structure will get probably half of that valuation. Yeah.
इतना ज़्यादा difference?
Yeah, बहुत ज़्यादा difference होता है. Okay. So see, if APL Apollo tries to say do vertical integration, कि मैं अभी mining भी करूँगा, मैं steel भी बनाऊँगा, और फिर ये जो business करे वो भी करूँगा, their multiple will drop at least by half. Just because now you're building your cost structure usually, and your cost structure is flat. अभी तो क्या आपका cost structure is variable, because स्टील का भाव 60 रुपया हो या 40 रुपया हो, आपका इनपुट अकॉर्डिंग कम हो जाता है और आउटपुट you just add that value addition of 4-5 रुपया per kilo and you keep on selling. It doesn't matter to you स्टील का भाव क्या है. Whereas for Tata Steel, स्टील का भाव बहुत मायने करता है. And so as soon as you try to vertically integrate, सब करने की कोशिश करोगे, your growth will slow down, your margins will take impact.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.